Hello, my name's Andrea Jordan. Welcome to my little corner of the internet. I am someone who works with online business owners to help them simplify, streamline, and systemize their business. And today I wanted to talk to you about content. Now, even the word content is a little bit odd because, what does it mean these days? You have to have clickbait titles and, you're doing it just for the numbers. To me, that's not what content is about. It's about connection and it's also about adding value. So that's what I'm here today, and that's the angle that I take on content. Now, what I see with my clients is that content can be quite overwhelming. Like, what do you talk about? Or if you've got lots of ideas, how do you manage those ideas? What do you talk about first? And what I love to do when something is quite overwhelming is to break it up into smaller pieces so we can get the ideas flowing and so things become a lot more manageable. So today I wanted to share with you my 3 T's. It is theme, topic, and talking points. Now, there may be the creatives among you who are listening who are thinking, oh, goodness, is she gonna talk about structure? Is she gonna try and squish my ideas into a box? That's not what this is about. What we want is to have containers for your creativity so that when you are creating, you're doing it with a specific purpose in mind. Maybe it's to educate your clients, maybe it's to inspire them, but you know that when you create content, that it aligns back to what you're doing in your business, because you and I don't have all that much time, so we don't want to create content for the sake of it. We want to do it with a purpose in mind. Right, so let's get on to those 3 T's. So first up is themes. Now, the way I like to think about this is, what challenges are your clients facing? It could be, let's give an example actually of a health coach. Maybe what they hear most often is, I eat too much sugar. How do I stop eating sugar? Now, this is one of my issues because I like a good chocolate bar. So that could be one example. For me, in my business, one of my main examples, say, for content is I can't come up with any ideas. I've got no ideas to write about. Now, I know that that's actually not true of my client, but that is what their problem is. So I want to write content that helps them get past that problem. So have a think about the problems that your client has, and they can then become your themes. So my theme for this month is all around content and in helping my clients create the content and then to share it. So going back to that health coach, they've got the issue there of sugar. That's actually going to be their theme for the month. So when you're thinking, right, what comes next? Well, you want some topics to write about or to record videos about. And let's say you're doing 1 a week. So all you need this month is 4 good topics to be writing or to be recording. So let's have a think. How can we break this down? So if we're thinking about our health coach, she's decided that first theme is going to be around sugar, about eating less sugar. So perhaps she's going to be doing something educational. How much sugar is too much? Like, it's okay to have a chocolate bar, but don't have one every morning for breakfast. That could be one of her topics. Maybe a second topic could be, is all sugar bad for me? With processed sugar, we've got fruit, all of those different things. Always coming back to what is the problem for the client and what are you trying to help them with? Are you educating them? Are you inspiring? Are you entertaining? Or are you helping them to implement? So think of it around those 4 key areas. So maybe an educational topic for our health coach could be, 5 sugar-free recipes for those with a sweet tooth. So just, again, take your theme and then break it down into something a little bit more manageable. And you don't need to sit there and come up with your topics for the entire year. Start small, start with a month, start with 4 topics, and then everything becomes much, much more, manageable. So another example could be, say we've got a pet photographer. Every now and then I do a little bit of photography for animal shelters. So maybe their theme for the month is before the photo shoot. Maybe they get lots of questions from their clients about oh, my dog's really badly behaved, that kind of thing. So maybe, so they've got that theme of before the photo shoot. So her topics might be, how do you take photos of untrained dogs? She might go into a bit about the kind of behind the scenes and what you can do with untrained dogs. Maybe she will talk about how to choose a perfect location for your photo shoot and give some tips around the area of examples of different locations throughout the seasons, perhaps. Maybe the next one will be all that education, how to prepare your dog for his photo shoot. You know, about when to, if they get clipped, like don't do it the day before because they kind of look a bit bald, wait till their fur grows in a little bit. You know, take them for a really good run before the photo shoot so their energy isn't mad. You know, just really practical things that speak to the problems that your clients are having. So we always want to come back to what are the challenges and the problems that your client is having that you can help them solve and to get them a little bit further along on their journey. Okay, so you've got your overarching theme, you've got your 4 topics, and now we want to really drill down into what are your talking points for each of those topics, because what you might find is that, you know, at the beginning of the month you brainstorm the topics you're going to talk about, but then you don't record or write about them until later on in that month. And by the time you get to write about them, you've kind of forgotten what you were actually thinking and the brilliant ideas you had around the topics. And for me, I probably couldn't even understand my handwriting because it's not the finest. So when you do the brainstorming around the topics, take time to write down 3 or 4 talking points so that when you come to write or record, you're not starting from scratch and having to think again. So you want to essentially break it down, but you know, do it at the time so that it just becomes much easier for you. So let's think about our health coach. So maybe the topic we've got our theme of sugar, and then we've got one of the topics was around sugar-free recipes. So when you think about that, actually write down, okay, what are 3 or 4 sugar-free recipes? Maybe you'll do one that's great for a kid's party. So maybe you'll do a birthday cake. Maybe you'll do something that only takes 5 minutes to prepare. So note down the talking points and the actual recipe. If you come up with those recipes yourselves, you know, write down where you've actually stored them, or if there's someone else's recipe, grab the link at the time so you've got everything right there. So as you can see, what I like to do is just have this nice flow right from the connection with your client or the problem you're trying to solve, right the way through your content, so that you're not scrambling around thinking, God, what do I write this week? Or staring at a blank screen going, oh, I don't know what to say. You've thought about it in advance, always with the idea of connecting with clients, helping them further along in their journey, and essentially adding value to your clients. And then from there, you've got this nice flow from problem right through to helping to solve it. And it's a much nicer way, I find, to create content than scrambling around last minute and doing that panic writing. So let me know in the comments below, what would your themes for the year be? Would you come up with 12 themes, say 1 for each month? Or do your clients have, say, 4 core problems, and so you're going to have a quarter of the year on each of those problems? Or potentially you'll talk about the problems in order, and then you'll start from the start again and talk about them in order. Let me know what your themes for your business would be. I would love to hear from you. Thanks and bye.